So it is what it is. I mean, it's just ugly to, like, bro, that's so complicated. Like, as a grown man, as an adult, it's so hard to see music in that way. Like, we pointed to numbers, we pointing to the data, and Drake is pointing to the data as well. Drake is pointing to UMG. Drake is pointing to Spotify when it comes to the data. He's petitioning, right? He wants to see the numbers. He wants to see the books. He wants to see the phone calls and the text messages exchanged between these companies. He wants to see if they cooked the books, if they used bots, if they overdid it when it came to promoting this song, not like us, to devalue him. And to be honest, the record label was making money off of both of them. So does it benefit them to devalue him? Right? Why doesn't it should benefit them to boost both up? But we saw this one song catching a little bit more traction, and so we knew this was going to be the hit. So maybe we did invest a little bit more advertising dollars. Maybe we did market this single a little bit better. And not to mention, everybody was, riding the coattails of the Not Like Us thing. So Family Matters, that wasn't a chant. That was just a big ass freestyle. Right? But Not Like Us, it was an actual song. It was something people could get behind. And then when we think about this battle, what derailed Family Matters was Not Like Us. It wasn't Not Like Us. It was Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams derailed Family Matters. So it didn't get that traction. It didn't get that steam that it was given, like, right off the bat. Like, when even Kendrick fans heard Family Matters and how Drake got in that pocket when he was talking about Rick Ross, and in the third verse when he was himself defaming Kendrick Lamar and his fiance Whitney, we was like, God damn, he's spitting. Right? He really going in. And he gave you the video. He crushed the car. He did all of these antics. He gave you the visuals. He did the memes. Right? But when Kendrick came with Meet the Grams, everything got spooky. Everything got silent. Everyone got heavy hearted. Right? And he put a stoppage to the incline of Family Matters, and then he dropped Not Like Us. Right? He used that to catapult Not Like Us. And everybody was paying attention to this rap battle. Nobody was really dropping in the middle of that time. So the fact that Kendrick went up right after Meet the Grams, like, to me, that was just a testament of, what he was able to do and his strategy and capitalizing on the battle. And then, the next day we got the Heart Part 6 from Drake, and it was defeated. It just sounded weak. So, like, if anything, he stopped the steam of Family Matters. He could have dropped another hit. He could have dug back in his pocket. He could have did a no face. Right? But he didn't. And since he didn't, I feel like that was his downfall. That was really the reason why he lost that battle. Right? And that was the reason why people kind of devalue him as far as a rap artist. I don't think he's been devalued as an artist, as somebody that can sing, as somebody that can tap into different cultures and use the accents, use the lingos, and be racially ambiguous and really relate to the mixed people, the Latinos, the Latinas, like all these people, right? Because he's light skinned, right? And, people can, like, see a little bit of themselves in him. Whether they're Latin, whether they're mixed breed, or whether they're from another country and they can relate, like Canada. So I don't believe that Not Like Us played a part in devaluing him. What I believe is he chose to participate in this battle. What I believe in, he chose to respond to like that. He could have took like that on the chin. He could have been like, I'm Drake, I'm the bigger artist. I ain't got time to deal with the likes of Kendrick Lamar. Right? But what he did was he decided to engage in battle. And not only did he decide to engage in battle, but he egged it on. He said, no, 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 not this time. He said, drop, drop, drop. Right? He wanted Kendrick. He said, come here like Neo in the Matrix. He said, I want a piece of you. Right? And he didn't get a piece. He got the whole enchilada. Pause. So, at the end of the day, I believe that all Drake's undoing is all of his fault. And it's just one of those things where a lot of men don't like to be accountable for their mistakes, right? They want to find a way to point the finger. They want to find a way to make it somebody else's fault that, they didn't succeed, or that they was a failure, or that things didn't go their way. This is the things that we can see in the regular world, right? We can look at it from the spectrum of a celebrity, but I can see it in some of the guys I grew up with. I can see it in some of the people that I know every day, some of the people I work with, some of the people that I come across, some of the stories that I hear the women and the men tell me. Like, a lot of people don't want to take the accountability. A lot of people feel comfortable with blaming others for their dysfunction. A lot of people feel comfortable blaming others for their failures, right? For their shortcomings. They don't want to take the accountability. They don't want to take the responsibility. They don't want to say that it was me. Right? They don't want to look in the mirror. They don't want to see that reflection. Right? They don't want to stand up on 10 feet. They don't want to stand up on 10 toes, 2 feet like a man. They want to stand on business, but sometimes that business get a little wobbly. You need something to keep you a little bit more firmer. You need to stand like a man on the ground, 10 toes planted. Not on no business. You don't need to stand on nothing. You need to stand on your own 2 feet. Nothing underneath you. Right? You want to stand on business? No, stand on 10 toes. Stand on your own ground. Right? And a lot of people don't want to do that. And so here we are, seeing a man who's been spoiled by the music industry, been spoiled by being able to manipulate the people he's working with, manipulate some of the women he's dealt with, manipulate some of the friends, using his celebrity, using his stardom, using his fame to get things done his way. And he's not used to hearing no. He's not used to failing. He's always succeeded. He's always been shown the red carpet. He's always been looked after and taken care of, right? And for that moment to happen to where he's not taken care of, that moment to happen where everybody's not worshiping the ground that he walks on, for that moment to happen where people don't look at him the way they used to look at him. They don't see the knight in shining armor. They see a man in rusted rusty metal, right? So it's kind of like they see somebody that with the mask off. They saw the woman without the makeup. They saw your true colors. And sometimes you're so embarrassed, you're so hurt, you're so taken by surprise that you don't know how to deal with it head on. And the only way to deal with it is point the fingers instead of like just taking a deep breath and realizing it was you. Because UMG didn't tell you to go into battle. Spotify didn't tell you to go into battle. Right? You talking about defamation, the iHeart Radio. You talking about payola, pay for play. They was trying to pay these people to, play his song, and you could hear his song. And if you call Siri and to say certified lover boy, they play Not Like Us, when Not Like Us had certified lover boy, certified pedophile. What? Right? Because Certified Lover Boy came out in 2021. Not Like Us was the biggest thing smoking. Nobody was trying to do you dirty. Yes, Jeremy Heck did another video and showed that if you said drop, they will play push-ups. So you didn't really read the whole room. And it's kind of like, is he snitching? This ain't snitching. This just sad. This just like when you look at somebody that's just not taking accountability. This is unmanly. This is very ladylike. This is very emotional. This is very irrational. And the people that's giving him the advice, right? They not hip to this culture neither. Right? Maul from the Rory and Maul show said it. This gonna be a $2 billion lawsuit. How can this be $2 billion worth of a lawsuit when bro just signed a $400 million contract not too long ago? You think he was gonna re-up for $1 billion? They was talking about $600 million. How $600 million go to $2 billion? Right? So one of those things is just sad that people are playing this game and people are, using these gimmicks or using these antics, and they not speaking the real truth. And I get it. I get it from a legal or business standpoint, but it's not the fact that they said certified pedophiles in that song is the reason why you're devalued. The reason why you got devalued is because what was shown is that you wasn't understanding of the culture. What was shown that you wasn't appreciative of the culture. What was shown that you wasn't a good person. You wasn't a good friend. You rapping like you trying to free the slaves. What was shown is that you didn't understand. What was shown that you was going to Atlanta, right, to use these guys and then turn around and say they used you for a number one hit. What was shown, you was exposed. That's why you got devalued. It wasn't because somebody called you a name. Right, when you was texting these young girls, when you was kissing these young girls on stage, it wasn't because somebody called you a name. Right? They called me a dark ass nigga all my life. They called me a black ass tar baby, oil spill. They called me that when I was young. That didn't stop me from getting women because of Wesley Snipes, because of Tyrese. Right? They showed us, the dark-skinned brothers, we couldn't win. It wasn't because of what somebody said of me that stopped me. Right? Because nobody exposed me. What I was is what I was. And a woman had to accept that. Right? And the people had to accept that, and they knew what come with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, you got exposed for being hard, being a tough guy. And that really wasn't who you were. You was using accents. You was saying people that was talking a certain way was ignorant. And then all of a sudden you became this type of person. So at the end of the day, Drake, I feel you, right? From a business standpoint, because everybody want to say it's not about the music, it's about the business. Right, it's about the business. He's trying to get his money. He's trying to get what they owed. He's trying to fight for the artist. You know what this could mean for the artist if he wins this lawsuit? Right? Y'all motherfuckers riding nuts. Boy, like, come on. Like, it's crazy because if y'all had to deal with somebody like this, if y'all had to actually be around someone like this, y'all would not like him. Y'all would not respect him. Y'all would not see him as somebody that should be shown, courtesy, right? But you see him as a celebrity, you see him as somebody that made the hits. But when you see somebody acting like this, that tell you their character. They tell you that true side. And y'all gonna act like y'all ride with this shit? Y'all gonna act like y'all respect it. I mean, it is what it is. He trying to get his money, right? He trying to get his money, and what they say. We're a small percentage. The black community is a small percentage, and I said that too. We're a small percentage, so our perception of him is really, it might not change much. But also, what I've been understanding is that our perception is that our stranglehold on the culture affects the culture outside of us, right? Because a lot of people manipulate, or not even manipulate, a lot of people imitate our culture. So how they see that we respond, how they see that we see things, they're going to respond the same way. When we're in school and I'm telling a white dude, man, this ain't cool. That shit corny. Like, he going to be like, oh, I didn't know. Like, that's not cool at all. That's corny, man. You sure all right, man. Thank you for telling me. Like, because we determine what's cool. We determine what's hot. So at the end of the day, although we're a small percentage, what happens is our opinions, our culture, our thoughts, our ideas, our feelings, our vibrations spread on to the outside world, and they tend to catch on to these things, and they tend to understand the things the same way we understand the things because we've shown them the light. And I mean, it's just some light shine on Drake. Just feel like it is what it is. Like, if this was a guy that we knew personally, bro, you wouldn't be his friend. So why you on Twitter? Why you like defending him? If this was a dude that you knew for a fact that messed with every friend's woman that he ever had and he wanted to be your friend, you would keep your distance, right? You would spoon feed him, right? With a 10-foot spoon. You wouldn't show him your business. You wouldn't show him to your girl. You wouldn't bring around nobody. So why do the rules change? Because he's Drake. Because he not going to give you no money, right? So what does he do for you? Because he don't know you. So like when I see these celebrities acting a way, like, if I was friends with them, I wouldn't want to be friends with them. Like I wouldn't like them. So that just, and I haven't liked Drake for a while because of his personality, because he's been a cornball. Like, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And damn, speaking